Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have talked about how after the failed uprising of Chen Sheng and Wu Guang, Xiang Liang and his nephew Xiang Yu raised the banner of restoring the Chu kingdom. They quickly conquered large territories and gathered forces, also attracting heroes from across the land to join them. In today's video, we will talk about one of those who joined Xiang Liang's army. He was Liu Bang, about his background and how he started his rise to power. Liu Bang also started his rebellion in September of the first year of the second emperor of Qin. Liu Bang and Xiang Yu are often mentioned together, but while Xiang Yu came from a noble military family in Chu state and was known as a tough and ruddy youth, Liu Bang was a commoner, and from his youth until the middle of the life, he was also somewhat of a rogue. Liu Bang's parents were known as Liu Taigong and Liu Ao, which basically just means old man Liu and old lady Liu, showing that they were ordinarily people who didn't even have proper names, don't have very official titles. As for Liu Bang himself, he was originally called Ji, Liu Ji, but after becoming emperor, he changed his name to Bang, called Liu Bang. The name Ji doesn't really mean much. Either eldest sons were called Be, second sons called Zhong, third sons called Shu, and the youngest called Ji. That's meaning Liu Ji just referred to him as the youngest son of the Liu family. There's some myths about Liu Bang's birth that says his mother once fell asleep by a lake and dreamed of meeting a god with whom she had a relationship. During this time, there were flashes of lightning, and the sky grew dark. At this time, Liu's father rushed over and supposedly saw a dragon lying on top of his wife. So after, she became pregnant and gave birth to Liu Ji. Obviously, this is just a way of defying oneself. It is a common trick used by emperors to claim they were born different from ordinary people and that their right to rule came from the heaven. But when you exaggerate too much, the flaws in the story show. Maybe Liu's father really did say something that day, but with our modern understanding of biology, we can be sure it wasn't a dragon. It wasn't a dragon. Must be something else. As a young man, Liu Bang was lazy, liked to loaf around, and didn't want to work in the fields. He was generous with his money, loved good food and wine, and was fond of gambling. Since he often didn't have enough to pay for his meals and drinks at a local tavern, the innkeeper would frequently charge him extra whenever he finally settled his tab. Liu Bang's fate turned out better than Chen Sheng's. When Liu reached adulthood, he actually became a local constable in Sishui County. Now is in the Jiangsu province, Pei County. Under Qin Lao, even 10 li, that means 3 miles, 30 miles made up one ting, and even 10 tings formed one xiang. As a ting minister, Liu Bang was below even a village head. He was a low-level official, not part of the official government structure, just a petty officer. But being a petty officer wasn't easy either. Qing's system appointed mobile officials to govern counties and above, but local officials below that were drawn from native residents. To be chosen as a local official, you had to either have some wiles or be respected for your character. For instance, Han Xin wasn't chosen because he was too poor and had no standing. So why was Liu Bang, another man who didn't make money and enjoyed drinking, gambling, and womening, able to become a teen minister? Being a teen minister wasn't exactly a cushy job. You had to oversee a small area, handle many lawsuits, and deal with the daily problems of local residents. It wasn't prestigious, came with little benefit, and involved a lot of hassle, making it unappealing for respectable families and too challenging for simple farmers. But for someone like Liu Bang, a streetwise rock, it was a perfect fit. Liu Bang seemed to enjoy being a constable. He even invented a bamboo hat that he'd wear to show off his status. Other than that, he didn't act like a typical official. He was friendly with everyone, always had a smile, and would spend time drinking, gambling, and flirting with widows and young women. He would even eat and drink on credit at taverns. Even the historian Sima Qian, who wrote Liu Bang's biography, had to admit that Liu Bang's biggest strengths were his love for drinking and women. At first glance, there was nothing about Liu Bang that suggested he would one day become an emperor. It's hard to even make up an inspiring story about his rise. But Liu Bang was very smart and had great intuition. When Zhang Liang, a strategist, explained military strategies or came up with ideas, most people couldn't grasp the main points. But Liu Bang understood right away and was able to quickly grasp the essence of a plan and choose the best option. That's why Zhang Liang believed Liu Bang was a genius and was willing to be his advisor. Even though Liu Bang didn't have any great talents, he had the guts to take responsibility. As a constable, he was once in charge of escorting convicts to Li Mountain, called Li Shan, for forced labor. Along the way, many prisoners escaped, so the number is not correct. In response, Liu Bang just untied the rest of the prisoners and said, "You can all go free. I'll run away too. It's no big deal." In Qing's strict legal system, this was an audacious act, showing no regard for their laws or punishments. This kind of reckless attitude, willing to gamble with his life even if the sky fell, might have made him a gang leader in peaceful times or a prisoner serving a sentence. But in chaotic times, someone like him was born at the right time, finding his moment in history. In September of the first year of the second emperor of Qing, news of Chen Sheng and Wu Guang's uprising reached Pei County, causing the local magistrate to panic. In other counties, the people had killed their local magistrates in response to the rebellion. The magistrate in Pei County decided to join Chen Sheng's rebellion, but was unsuccessful. His failure was partly due to two local officials, Xiao He and Cao Can, these two men who would later become founding members of the Han Dynasty, advised the magistrate that since he was a Qing official, it would be hard to gain the people's support for a rebellion. They suggested gathering more people like Liu Bang to help him. The person sent to find Liu Bang was called Fan Kuai, who later became one of Liu Bang's greatest generals, but was then just a butcher at that time. Only someone like Fan Kuai would know where Liu Bang was, because at that time he was hiding somewhere. So birds of a feather flocked together. When Liu Bang met Fan Kuai and understood the situation, he eagerly returned to Pei County. However, by the time he arrived, the magistrate had changed his mind, fearing that he wouldn't be able to control the situation if Liu Bang entered the Pei County. The magistrate closed the gates and planned to kill Xiao He and Cao Can for their advice, their suggestion. When Xiao He and Cao Can found out, they fled to join Liu Bang. Liu Bang then shot an arrow into the city with a letter calling on the people of Pei County to rise up, echoing Chen Sheng's famous words, "The people have suffered under Qing for too long." The people soon responded by killing the magistrate and opening the gates of the Pei for Liu Bang, and Pei County had risen in rebellion also. The next issue was deciding who would lead this rebellion. At first, Liu Bang humbly declined the offer, but no one else was willing to take the lead. Xiao He and Cao Can, both scholars, didn't have the guts, the courage to lead a rebellion, knowing they'd have no way out if they failed. And Fan Kuai, the butcher, had the guts but lacked the prestige. After much back and forth, Liu Bang was finally pushed forward to lead this rebellion. From then on, he was known as Pei Gong, that means Duke of Pei. Liu Bang and his followers, along with the people of Pei County, and joined Xiangliang's anti-Qing rebel army. So that's the story of Liu Bang's background and how he got involved in the late Qing rebellion. In the next video, we will discuss how, after Xiangliang's sudden death during his peak, Xiang Yu rose to power and how the Qing dynasty ultimately collapsed. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time, and thanks for your watching. Bye.